things, if you want innovation, you can't do it alone. You have to start working like with everybody. Like if the bank sector or the financial sector wants to do some sustainable solutions, first of all, they should only think of what their core competences is, and then basically go out and find partners to create new solutions. Because companies, their knowledge is isolated within the company, but the information or knowledge they need to create innovation is when they get inspiration from outside. But then the other thing is that they say, well, we have a lot of knowledge and a lot of inspiration, that either being political or the university or the private sector. They say there's so much information overload, so they don't know exactly what kind of knowledge they exactly need to do some innovation. So that's the field we basically want to, we want to manage in that field. We want to create new ideas, create new relationships between non-existing partners, and we see there's a huge potential in this area. And so and the funny thing about the name collaboration is that term was used for everybody who used to work during the Second World War with the Nazis. They were collaborators. So in one sense, because 90% of our team is from Copenhagen University, and we're like collaborating with the private sector, it's like we're like serious collaborators.
But definitely the way it's seen.
It's seen, but it's interesting, and it's a challenge. But then basically we've narrowed it down to what we call collaborative social innovation. So if you want to create new solutions, so it's like you have to do it collaboratively. You can't do it on your own, and it's like, you meet people like this morning, and you inspire each other, and it's in this inspiration that something new comes out. Innovation is, something new. It's not something like you can't just open a book and then now I'm going to be innovative. So we're doing a partnership with Crossroads, where we're doing this collaborative social innovation internet platform, and which is basically the organization and collaboration. And beneath that, we're doing an academy. So we're getting university students. We've already got 5 who are going to do their masters in collaborative sciences, which Alfred is going to be leading.
You could say that one of the challenges also for universities today is that if you make thesis within one area, or if you make a thesis within, where you cross over between 2 areas, then the one area guy gets a higher grade, because the professors are, equipped mentally to see somebody who knows his own area in depth, whereas none of them are actually equipped to see the person who goes across from one area to the next. So there's really a need to, but that's where all the problems are, and that's where all the solutions are now being found. And when you talk about ICT, it's definitely where it's happening. So
my background is from design. I'm a designer. So Alfred took me on this tour at the university, on the philosophical institution, and I met the guy in charge. So I was discussing with him, and Alfred were discussing like the potentials of philosophy as a practical tool. And he's like, no. We just want to keep it the way we've always done. And then I said to him, it sounds like that I seem to see or have a point of view that philosophy has much more potential than you think. And he didn't say anything, but that's how I concluded. But that was my conclusion of our talks. So, and we're also working as a corporate kind of. We want to have a business side as well, because we want that business to business, and we want to change that as well. We want to create new methods of how to do business.
And how do they respond to it?
Right now, it's like we've been in the phase of, how can you say, in the phase of a lot of research, 6 months to 8 months, and in the past 3 to 6 months we have been working actively to create projects. So we're in one of our projects is also making this platform. And the other thing we have to be careful about is if we commit to one big project, we won't be able to do anything else. So everything has to come in steps. If we get a project with Danfoss or something, and then that's going to be like 99% of our time, and we won't be able to do everything else we want. So we have to like balance out. But our team is growing. Like we were 2 this summer, and now we're 17 people, and nobody's being paid. Because we don't have, but everybody's just working because everybody has their expertise in it. I'm just telling you it's very yeah. So
we met the senior analyst from the industrial unit here. What do you call that? Danish industry.
Danish industry.
Yeah, Danish industry. The kind of organization that groups all industry together. Very powerful organization. And we met him last night. And he was yesterday. He was constantly trying to figure out, well, how are you organized? Well, it depends on the problem. No. Well, I mean, where's the company? And what is the business model? And where do you get the money from? And it was quite interesting.
We had this idea that we want to go into companies and help them in whatever way, in terms of leadership skills or recruitment skills or product development. And then they're going to ask, how much is it going to cost? And our idea is we're going to list all the hours we've been using, and then we're just going to go like this. And then they'll see the hours, and they'll say, but how much does it cost? And we're going to say, like, it's you yourself who has to put the amount in that you want to pay.
How much was it worth for you?
How much was it worth for you?
What we have done.
That's going to be interesting seeing how that's going to be. How that's going to be.
1 krona. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time we have there's also the possibility of including Nikolai Pedersen's tool, his
Actics.
Yeah, the Actics barometer, so that the people who kind of pay 1 krona, they can afterwards, somebody is going to kind of hear about that, and then it's going to be asked, do you think it's fair? So there's this whole branding thing. That's at the basis of it, but we want to use it to construct new value, create new